Hey guys, it's Eric here and this is my unboxing and quick review of the TECNO Phantom 9. Now it's been a while since we saw the Phantom series, nearly 2 years. The box looks pretty simple and grey. You have some of the specs on the back. When you open it up, you're greeted with an envelope that holds the SIM ejector tool, a specification and user manual. You can see all the 4G LTE bands that it supports here, including Glow 4G. You have a warranty card and a textured TPU case. Finally, you have the smartphone. This color is called Lapland Aurora. Let's go ahead and peel out the sticker. It has a screen protector pre-applied. Let's power it on and see how well this case fits. On the bottom compartment, you have a standard 10-watt charger, a micro USB cable, and a pair of earphones. On the front, you have a 6.4-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio. On top of that display, you have a drop notch that houses a 32-megapixel camera with dual flash and earpiece. On the back, you have a 16-megapixel main shooter, an 8-megapixel camera for depth sensing, and a 2-megapixel ultra-wide lens with quad flash. On the left, you have a SIM tray that houses two 4G LTE nano SIMs and an SD card. On the right, you have a power button and volume rocker keys. On the top, you have a microphone. On the bottom, you have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, a micro USB port, and a speaker. The Phantom 9's back and frame are made from a polycarbonate material now popularly called glass-stick. The back is curved and has patterned lines that cut across diagonally. It is clearly the best looking phone from TECNO's lineup this year. It does have a tiny chin, the smallest chin ever seen on a TECNO phone, and the notch can be hidden, however crazy it may seem to do this. Now, you may have noticed that there's no fingerprint sensor in sight, and that's because it's now underneath the display. Still on that display, the AMOLED technology has made its way back to Phantom series after skipping a generation. Now this one does make everything appear warmer and more saturated. I know most people prefer it, but whenever you see an image or video, do bear that in mind. The display is bright outdoors and can get really dim in its lowest settings, which is great for reading. It's responsive to type on and has great viewing angles. It's a big screen with a Full HD Plus display, so it's really good for media consumption. In the settings, we see that it comes with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. You have about 116 gigs available to use. It runs on Android 9 Pie with HiOS version 5.0 slapped on top of it. In the quick settings, you get all the familiar utility tools and it's quite comprehensive. You also get a bunch of bloatware, and I'm not even sure what they all do, but you can uninstall them if you wish. Navigation settings are here, all 6 options including swipe gestures. About performance, the processor powering this guy is the Helio P35 octa-core CPU clocked at 2.3 GHz. While it handles everyday social media apps and even multitasking fairly well, it wasn't all that different in terms of speed coming from the common 11 Pro. Sure, it's a different chip with a higher clock speed, but it's not very noticeable in real life. The in-display fingerprint sensor is easy to set up, but it takes 2 steps to unlock your phone as you cannot unlock directly from the sleep screen. However, when you pick up the phone, that also counts as step 1. Otherwise, you need to give it a tap before you place your finger on the specific part that lights up on the screen. A bit of a learning curve as with most new technology. The face unlock is super duper fast, almost too fast. It doesn't waste any time with animations or anything. As you know, I'm not a big fan of face unlock type of security, but if you care for it, the speed would impress you. I tested the speakers side by side the Redmi K20 Pro, and here's what it sounds like. When it comes to gaming, as usual, I played PUBG on default settings, and this uses the PowerVR GE8320 GPU, same one on the common 11 Pro. What we know about it is that it's more optimized for PUBG Mobile than say PES 2019 and Asphalt 9. If you wish to see a separate gaming review, do let me know in the comments. About battery life, I got through a full day of use using mostly social media apps and a bit of gaming and camera all on Wi-Fi. This gave me 8 hours of screen on time at the end of the day with about 14% left to spare. When I played several hours of PUBG with some of you guys on Twitter, I got about 2 hours less screen on time. It took me 1 hour and 59 minutes to charge from 0 to 100% with a third-party fast charger. It charged from 0 to 70% under 15 minutes. It looks like it does support 18 watts charging speed. I put the triple AI camera to test, and here are some of the photos that I took. This is where the Phantom really stands out from the rest of the pack. Good dynamic range, true ultra wide angle, really sharp detailed shots outdoors. The portrait mode on the back and the front have an impressive edge detection, which is something that mid-range devices haven't quite perfected yet. Indoors, the selfie camera looks a lot brighter than the primary camera, and in pitch darkness, the dual flash really makes all the difference. It records videos in 1080p for the primary and secondary camera. So I'm currently testing the front-facing camera of the TECNO Phantom 9. I can see a bit of overexposure, and this is what the microphone sounds like. It looks like the Phantom 9 has made several cuts from what we normally expect, like a USB Type-C and a fast charger in the box. But it does put things into perspective when you consider that the price is around 75 to 80,000 naira, which is about $220 for a 128 gig storage device with AMOLED display, an in-display fingerprint sensor, and a camera that's hard to beat at this price. I would have loved to see a notification LED on this guy though. If you love to see a camera comparison with any of the devices I've reviewed, do leave a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and share it. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram to see what I'm up to. Please subscribe for more videos like this, as it will mean a lot to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.